Hey everybody, and happy Monday. Happy first Monday of May. Wow. Is this year just flying by? I mean, it's May. And I know there's like that funny meme that goes around with NSYNC. It's going to be May. So I'm sure that'll be popping up at some point on social media today. But anyway, grateful to be back with all of you today. As always, as you're coming on live, drop into the comments and say hi and where you are tuning in from. Hey, Carla. If you're coming in on the replay, hashtag replay, so I know to go back and say hello. Hey, Rochelle, good to see you jumping on. Please tag some people, share this video. Don't forget to engage, like, love, insightful, whatever emojicon you want to use. But also don't forget to hop onto my LinkedIn profile, go to the top part of my profile, and make sure that you click the notification bell on. Make sure it's shaded in. It's not light. It's got to be shaded in and dark. That will make sure that you're notified of all of my latest content that, again, comes out every Monday through Saturday. And then again, for those that were not a part of our Brian Galinkin, what's up, brother? I will be seeing you later today. Good to see people jumping on from Facebook as well. So again, for those that were part of our LinkedIn challenge last week, remember our Expert Authority program doors close on Wednesday at noon. So if you still have an interest in talking to myself or Nancy about our Expert Authority Mastermind program, just drop an I do in the comments below. We will send you a link to book a call. Our calendars are open, but again, the doors do close on Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So what we are going to be going over today, and Rochelle, thank you so much for tagging Brad and Tony. I appreciate that. Again, if you've come on late, please do say hi and where you are coming in from. Hashtag live. Thank you, Carla. Now, so what I wanted to go over with everyone today are 3 things that people are consistently doing on LinkedIn that is wasting their time, A, but also 3 things that you can be doing instead to get your time back in regards to LinkedIn. Now, as the adage goes, it's time to work smarter and not harder. You know, we want to be productive. So these are things that I have seen people do, but also things I've heard people either A, doing, or they are being told by other people to do this. And if you still have your morning cup of coffee, I invite you to enjoy it with me. Now, here's the 3 things. So first, I'm going to kind of go over the 3 things that people should stop doing that's wasting their time, and the 3 things that you should be doing. So the first thing that people need to pull back from is liking and commenting on a ton of people's stuff. So a lot of these strategies that people are utilizing on LinkedIn, they are adapting it from things they do on Facebook and Instagram. So people feel that, like, okay, maybe if this works a little bit on Facebook and Instagram, I can just cross-pollinate it over to LinkedIn and I can start doing those same exact things. Not true at all. Not true at all. If you are spending a good portion of your day scrolling through your LinkedIn feed, just liking and commenting, thinking that's going to build the know, like, and trust and rapport with people in your network, you are sadly mistaken. So that is not to say that you shouldn't be engaging in your network, but not to the capacity that some people are being told. I remember speaking to a friend and client of mine, and she was instructed by someone on LinkedIn to spend 90 minutes a day. I'm going to repeat that. 90 minutes a day liking and commenting on people's stuff that they are connected to on LinkedIn to build some sort of interest or intrigue, or letting that person know that you're taking a liking to what they're doing. Meanwhile, behind closed doors, there was no thought behind it. There was no genuineness behind it. It was a tactic that someone was being taught to just become visible within that person's feed. That's not what you want to do. Also, who wants to spend 90 minutes liking and commenting on someone else's stuff? And exactly, Rochelle just said, who has the time for that? Listen, if you're growing a business, if you're building something meaningful that is helping other people, you don't have time to spend 90 minutes a day liking and commenting on each other's stuff. And again, just think about it. How genuine and how authentic is it? And it's not. So that's the first thing that you want to pull back from if you're currently doing that thing on LinkedIn. Now, again, if you've come on late, please do say hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you have come in on the replay, so I do know to go back and say hello. Share this video, tag some people, engage, like, love, insightful, curious, whatever you want. But also don't forget to ring my notification bell on my profile so you are notified not only when I do these 2 trainings per week, which are Mondays and Thursdays between 10 and 10:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, but all of the other content that I put out, including polls, my newsletter, and general posts. Now, the second thing that you want to pull back from is spending way too much time in groups. LinkedIn groups are not Facebook groups. They are the complete opposite. You do not want to be spending a ton of time, a ton of energy, and a ton of effort in LinkedIn groups. Now, full transparency. I'm in about 5 or 6 different groups. And Nadine just said, I don't have time for that. Neither do I. And it's not that we don't have time. Full honesty, I don't want to make the time for 90 minutes a day to just like and comment on each other's stuff. So full transparency and honesty, I spend time in one group. That's it. I'm in a bunch of groups, but there's this one group that I'm in that is geared towards business coaches, speakers, authors, and every time I make a weekly post, which is actually just a simple poll that I post in the group, great engagement, great community, great connection, and a good time spent for myself, my business, and my networking. Now, there are other people that say otherwise. And they will tell people to, go into join 20, 30, 40 groups and post every day in them or engage in all of them. And you see very little engagement in most of those groups. And Nadine said, I only participate in the groups that give me and I can provide the best value. 100%. Totally with her on that. I'm the same way. There's this one group and there's just high value. There's high engagement. There's high rapport building, trust building. That's where I'm going to spend my time. So I encourage all of you to join some groups that relate to you personally and professionally. And once, not as often as you need to, but see which ones are the one that I'm in. It's called Step Into the Spotlight. Thank you, Sonia. It's called Step Into the Spotlight. It's a great group for high-level business coaches and thought leaders. It's awesome. And Sue Feet is the woman's name who runs it. She's incredible. And you got to kind of sift and sort through all the groups that you can find on LinkedIn, and you got to really determine and decipher which ones are best for you to join. And then from the ones that you join, you got to nail down 1 or 2 that are really engaging and really value added. Now, the third thing that people need to stop doing on LinkedIn is something that people kind of get into out of habit and routine, because it's what you do sometimes on Facebook and Instagram, and that is scroll and troll. If you are spending massive amounts of time tirelessly scrolling and trolling on LinkedIn, I mean, literally, you're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and reading and scrolling, and 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours goes by, and you're going down these scroll holes and watching cat videos or whatever it is, you got to stop. Again, one of the big questions that you all need to ask yourselves is, with how I'm spending my time, is it value added to myself, my life, and my business? And if the answer is no, stop doing it. So for me, Nancy and I have instituted specific rules in the house as far as cutting off technology time and creating balance and harmony between the time that we are on technology compared to us just being together as human beings without it. And it helps. Creating those boundaries creates new habits. If you don't give yourself any boundaries around what you should and should not be doing, you will abuse those things. And a lot of the time, it's just tirelessly and unconsciously scrolling and trolling on social media, specifically LinkedIn. So again, if you've jumped on late, the 3 things that you need to stop doing is liking and commenting on a ton of people's stuff, spending way too much time in LinkedIn groups that aren't serving you, and tirelessly scrolling and trolling within the newsfeed. Now, the 3 things that you do want to focus your time on. So now that you've shifted and focused your energy on the things not to do, here's what you should do. What you should do is focus on commenting and liking on just a few people's stuff. Just a few. So my rule of thumb is within 3 to 5 minutes of scrolling on the newsfeed on LinkedIn, if you can't find 1 or 2 people to comment on their stuff, then don't. It's not worth it. But if you're going to like and comment on someone else's stuff, it has to meet 2 criteria. Number 1, you have to resonate with it. It's got to really speak to you. It's got to be like, man, that's a great post. I can resonate with that. And B, if you're going to comment, make sure you add value. Add value to that person's post. So don't just like and comment, great post, happy Monday. Add value. Add your thoughts to their thought, because that will push up your comment to the top of that person's post as a relevant comment, which will give you organic visibility. So 1 to 2 people a day, and if you can't find 1 or 2 people within a couple minutes, sorry, you're not going to like and comment that day. Move on to the next day. But again, it's got to fit those 2 criteria. A, it's got to be something that you resonate with, and B, you add value to it. You don't just say great post, you add value. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. Again, if you've come on late, please do say hi and where you are tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you are watching on the replay. Tag some people, share this video, like, love, insightful this video, whatever you would like. Turn my notification bell on my LinkedIn profile. And don't forget, the doors close to our high-level expert authority program on Wednesday at noon Eastern Daylight Time. We only have a few spots left. And if you would like to learn if it's a good fit for you, drop an I do in the comments below. Now, the second thing is only post 1 time a week in a few of your groups. So for me, I post once a week in one of my groups. That's it. I post once a week in one of my groups because I was posting in two or three of my groups. And Harumi, I'll send you my calendar link so you can book a call. And so what I found is that these two or three groups that I was posting once a week in consistently, there was only one where people were actually engaging. People were networking with me in and outside of that group. So I said, why am I going to waste my time posting in these two other groups where no one's liking, no one's commenting, no one's engaging, no one's doing any networking, which is one of the lifelines of our business? So I basically chopped it down to focus on just this one group. So once a week, I will go into that group and I will either write a post or I'll do a poll for some market research and network with those individuals. And I recommend all of you to do the same. So do a split test, join 2, 3, 4 groups that resonate with you personally and professionally. Once a week, create a poll in that group or just post in that group and see which one of those groups has the most organic networking and traction. And then you just literally trim it down from there. You start ruling out the ones that you're not going to continue posting in because you're providing value, but nothing's being provided back to you. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the chat box. Now, the third and final thing, which I love, is limit yourself to 30 minutes max per day on LinkedIn. Now, for those that have worked with me, have taken my course, have attended a workshop, you know that Nancy and I always talk about a 20-minute methodology, up to 30 minutes, give or take how seasoned someone is in using LinkedIn. So the fact is that if you put a limit, and Shirley spoke about this earlier in the comments, she said set a timer. Nancy does, I do, I have it in my calendar, and all you have to do is set a timer on your phone. So when you go on to do your LinkedIn activity, whatever that activity is for you, in my case, it's sending my connections, sending my messages, producing a piece of content, using the push notifications to re-engage, like and comment on a couple people's stuff, whatever that constitutes from the day that I'm on there, Monday through Saturday or Monday through Friday, whatever it is that you're doing on that particular day. You limit it to 30 minutes. That's it. You set a timer on your phone, 30 minutes, and whatever you get done in that 30 minutes, it'll make you so much more productive because then you're not going to dilly-dally while you're on there. You're not going to start scrolling. You know in your mind, if you have 30 minutes, you're going to make the best use of that 30 minutes. So you're going to jump in there and you're going to do what it is that you have to do. So when you put limitations around the time that needs to be spent on the platform, it's going to intuitively and unconsciously make you more productive. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. Again, if you've come on late, hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you're watching on the replay. Tag some people, share this video, like, love, insightful, whatever you would like. Engage in the video, and don't forget to turn my notification bell on my LinkedIn profile, shaded in, so you're notified of all my new content Monday through Saturday, but especially my 2 trainings, Monday and Thursday between 10 and 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time. And again, the doors to our Expert Authority program close Wednesday at noon Eastern Daylight Time. So if you are ready to up-level your business, you want to launch that podcast, you want to write that book, you want to create that course, you want to optimize that website, you want to have that email list growing, you want to get the visibility, you want to be an expert in your space, then this program is for you. Drop an I do in the comments below. We will set up a call before the doors close this Wednesday at noon Eastern Daylight Time. So just to recap, the things that you want to stay away from is liking and commenting on a ton of people's stuff, spending way too much time in groups, but also tirelessly scrolling and trolling in the LinkedIn newsfeed. But what you should be doing is focusing on commenting and liking on just a few people's stuff that A, you resonate with, and B, you add value to. Post one time a week in a few of your groups that are getting the most engagement and networking opportunities present themselves, but also limit yourself to only 30 minutes a day max on LinkedIn to increase your productivity and the results that you're going to get on the platform. So again, I hope everyone found value in this. Please enjoy the rest of your days. Love and gratitude to each and every one of you, and I will talk to you next time. Bye, everyone.